Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't even hear myself. Hang on. Okay, let's see what we got here. There we are. Thanks, Trev. Appreciate that, man. Russ, yeah, it's a pretty beefy rig. Gets the job done. This particular workflow, yes, is based on the logic laid down by IPiv's Morph. Very, very fun stuff. The layout has slightly changed. I finally got around to reorganizing everything to my liking. Just cleaning things up, putting things where I prefer them to be, and I just kind of like the look of it overall a little more now. See, down here I got like an upscaling group of nodes, then I got like an interpolation over here. I even have a low definition interpolation. So I got like different things every step of the way for my sanity. How do you control how fast the morph is? Oh yeah, for sure. Well, okay, speed is one thing, but I control more so for, well, if you want to like really talk speed, the best way I control for that is by playing with the frame rate. I put things out typically at like 12 frames a second, and then I interpolate it up to 60 from there. If you render things out at 12 frames initially, like it'll tend to look very like slowed down and yeah, just pretty slow compared to, I think the standard is like 24 or 30 frames, which is a lot faster. But I play with the frame rate, but more importantly than that is like the degree of morph. Like this right here kind of determines like what the morph, I don't know how to put it, like how much or how little of this bleeds through into the final result, like these encircling patterns, and that is controlled with a control net, and it's determined right here with the strength value. I like to keep it around 0.4 typically, but I play a lot with it. Alright, so I don't have a very long stream today, folks. I'll be going till just about 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific, but I'm going to be making some crazy shit today, so let's just have a little bit of fun. Screw it. Let's bring open Midjourney. Let's do some weird shit. Broken ear, ripped ear, decay, scorn, freakish. Let's play with ears, because ears are a fun topic. Lumina, you are welcome. Let's try something else here. Let's play with this. This is horrific, and I love it. Let's play with something horrific. We're going to do 4 of these, which means that it's going to morph upon itself 4 times. I'll set this down to 320 by 320, really low. for the purpose of our stream here today. And everything's looking pretty good, I think. Let's bump that up to 0.6 on the control net. Okay, let's see what we get. Hey, Kalina. How much VRAM, sir? I am running on 24 gigs of VRAM. 24 gigs. NVIDIA 4090. Play with a different motion mask. Let's see what I can do other than these concentric circles here. As you can see, I have a lot to choose from. This might be interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Freaking VLC, man. I think the solution to that will be, maybe I'll play the music in Windows Media Player. Suno, psychedelic. Anything else in VLC? Let's just do that. Turn that way down. All right. So that's pretty cool. Pretty gruesome. So what we're doing here is interpolating the results, which means fill in the frames between frames. The idea is basically to bump up the frame rate of a result. So because it started at 12, I'm multiplying that by 5 to essentially bring it up to 60. And as you can see right here, it is much smoother now. Take a look at the before and after. Yes, sir. Still too loud. It's music. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Alright, what should we do now, folks? You want to create a YouTube video? What's recommendation? For YouTube, I would recommend going as high as you possibly can, like 4K, 60 frames per second. I think they even technically support 8K, but it's probably not necessary. But YouTube, I think, more than any other platform at this point, is probably the most capable video platform on Earth. And even though their interface kind of sucks and always really has, like, they support a wide range of video types, so don't hold back on, like, resolution with YouTube. What was I doing? I got distracted by the music. That's right, I was choosing a new video reference. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's right, I was going to use the other one. We're going to use this one right here. Pretty sick. I think I'll change up the control net, make it a line art, capture those contours just a little nicer. 0.8. And let's see what we got. Oh, you mean the video horizontal? You mean portrait versus landscape? I think it really depends on, like, what you want to prioritize on YouTube. Do you want to prioritize the short form stuff, like on Instagram's, like, do you want the real type of stuff where it competes with TikTok and Instagram and these others, or do you want it to be, like, more cinematic and widescreen and more appropriate to watch on a TV? That's a question you have to answer first before you can determine if you want portrait or landscape. But it will support both, you know. Let's see if this looks cool at all. It does. Not too great. I know what I'm going to do though. As cool as this workflow is, and as cool as Animate Diff version 3 is, with the morphs and stuff, it's not the best at capturing like the contours of my reference video in the way that I want. And so because of that, I'm going to use a slightly older version of Animate Diff. I think it's like 0.15 or 0.2. Where are you at? There you go. Okay, so basically the same workflow, only difference is we have a different Animate Diff model, SD15. And because of that, as you can see, the results are pretty fundamentally different. Just the way it morphs, kind of the texture even, it produces a pretty different result in an otherwise very similar workflow. So the Animate Diff model actually makes a pretty big difference, or can. And I'm going to use that to my advantage. Alright, meow. There, we're going to bump this up to 0.8. I'm going to do line art for Control 8. And we're going to take our meaty friends. It's not a good thing to say. I'm going to take our meaty friends right there, paste them right here, plug them in. And like I said, it's otherwise a pretty identical workflow. It's just some of the settings are different to allow for these different results. So let's see what we get. Let's also paste the prompt in. Haunted, creepy, gruesome, sure. And 320 by 320. All right, let's go. Cue prompt. Let him cook. I want to buy one of this place. Yeah, reach out to me in the DMs, my friend. I'm happy to talk commissions and stuff. Well, that's insane. Yeah, the lighting is just no bueno. Oh, okay. So, I mean, despite the insane lighting, this is not a usable result. You can still see glimmers of what I wanted, which is basically the little porous trypophobia kind of like pulls about 3 seconds in. See, I'm trying to capture the essence of this as best as I can, so let's just do a little higher on the control net. Hopefully it won't look all flickery. That's one of my least favorite things that happens here, is when the lights get all weird. I don't like weird lights. Thanks, One King, I appreciate it. Do I do these videos under Shroom or other kind of stuff? No, I don't. These are all sober creations. Usually. Let's see if we get any better results here. So I basically just changed up the control net from line art to depth. We'll see if it makes a change. Okay, well, it's definitely different. It speaks to the power of control nets, but the lighting is still very flickery and not great. How can I fix this? How can I fix this? Let me think. Maybe if I go back to QR Monster for the line art, or the control net, that will do the trick. Let's try that out. Let's also bump the res up a bit. Maybe it wants more resolution to play with. Also, let's bump up the seed as well. Let's change up the seed. Maybe it needs a fresh seed. Yusuf, I'm not responding because I don't talk about politics and religion, but that's an amazing job, mate. Congrats. Thank you. Make a freaky mermaid. I should, yes. It's a great idea. Heavy Yeti, the program that you see is called ComfyUI. first preview quality is insane. Is it because of the original image? Largely yes. The original image plays a big role in that initial result. Ooh, I think I'm gonna like what I see here. This looks... Yeah, here we go. Okay, so it was just the control net, you guys. We just needed a really cool fitting control net. That plays a huge role, clearly. I mean, you can just see it right side by side. Really, the main difference between these was the control net that I used. So you got to be really mindful and understanding of what their strengths and weaknesses are. You're welcome, Lumina. My pleasure. This is very cool, actually. I could see a future for this, this mask. Although it doesn't loop very nicely. I don't like the loop on it. I think the reason for that is, well, no, it should loop fine. It's only 4 seconds long. It's a clean loop. I don't really know how I should solve that, but I like the look of it. I really like the look of it. It's very interesting, has a lot of potential. Why though? Why is the loop not clean? That confuses me. 96 for the total frame. Well, let's... I don't want to lower the weight of it. Let's go down to 0.34. Maybe that'll do the trick. Oh, thanks, Miles. Yeah, it's I'm actually not using a green screen, but it is the same effect. I'm using a program called NVIDIA Broadcast, which is... It uses AI, apparently, to, like, crop out your background in a pretty tasteful way. It's a pretty clean result. Could I share my control net masks? I'm not creating them in Blender. I would like to get better at Blender eventually, but no, at the moment, they're kind of just... Sometimes I make things, like, in After Effects. Sometimes I find things online that I like. It's really just a random collection of motions that I like, you know? It's, yeah. There's no one source where they all come from. How do you enhance the sharpness of my videos? I upscale them several times. First, I do it in ComfyUI a few times. Then the final step for me is usually Topaz AI is kind of where I finish things off. It still does like a... It's still not, like, great. I wonder why the loop isn't clean. It's weird. That's the kind of thing that if I was not on stream right now, I would just, like, dive into and troubleshoot for the next 2 hours. But let's keep moving. Because I really like these results otherwise. I just hate how the loop is, like, not great. But in any event, I'm just going to go back to... I'm going to go back to our Animate Diff 3 workflow and just keep playing there. My Comfy is local, not on the cloud. It's local. Too loud, man. Let's bring that way down. Yeah, thanks for bearing with me, folks. I'm still playing with the musical aspect. I love having music on stream. I just got to play with the levels. Got some weird looping when the mask isn't completely looping. Yeah, for sure, and so do I. But the thing is, as you can see, this is a pretty clean loop for the mask. Like, it loops pretty nicely. Like, perfectly even. So, and also, like, the length of it is right. It's like 4 seconds, which is kind of the sweet spot for the, versus the amount of frames I'm using. And yeah, it should otherwise line up, but I'll figure it out eventually. Let's play with this weird, awful burger face. Let's just Yeah. You know what? I'll even do one better. Let's do burger face to anime face. I've been having some fun with that lately. We have... Let's just use this one right here. Hell yeah. And let's do... Maybe that will be the fourth one. Let's just have some fun. Fuck it, why not, right? Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Alright, good to go. Yeah, no, it doesn't cost a thing, my friend. This is open source. The only thing that will cost you, if you want to take it seriously, is your computer. And to not skimp on those details. Especially the graphics card. You don't want to compromise on that. Oh, I'm still using that mask, aren't I? Let's not use that. So I think everything looks good. Ooh, 0.8 is going to be really, really high. Let's do 0.6. Should be good. You know what? Maybe the IP adapter loader setting was... No, it was fine too. Yeah, I am befuddled as far as this result. Anywho. Somebody requested a mermaid, didn't they? Let me do that before I have to head off. Realistic mermaid. It just doesn't know what to do with the anime girl. It's like popping a bubble. What if I do like a realist... Well, getting distracted here. Ooh, these are cool. Gnarly. These are really cool. Actually, I really like number 3. Let's do number 3. Generating a 4-second animation. Yeah, yes I am. How much is my GPU? I forget how much I paid. It was not that cheap. It was by far the most expensive part of my build. It might have been like almost $2,000, I want to say. It was... Yeah, it wasn't cheap. It's an NVIDIA 4090, by the way. And I would highly recommend it, because it can do a lot. These are cool. Nice. Yeah, I hear you, Bills. But you know, you can rent like a cloud machine and do it that way if you want to get started. It's definitely a much cheaper way to get started, and it's how I started too. Before I actually built this computer, I used a website called Think Diffusion, and there's a lot of them out there, but this was the one I used. And it's a cloud Comfy deployment, and it's already installed and ready to go. And I think you pay by the hour. It's a pretty capable rig too. I don't know if it uses an NVIDIA 4090, but it might. I don't think it did at the time I was using it, but they might have upgraded. Vast AI. I've never heard of that one. Thanks for the recommendation. Okay, we got a, I guess, what would appear to be a mermaid. Although a very Grimm's fairy tale, grisly, monstrous looking one. Which of course is my style. Alright, I think we have time for one or two more videos. Let's go from Pretty Mermaid to Creepy One. I think that'll be a fun transformation. Pretty Mermaid realistic. And then we're gonna wrap it up, I think, folks. Okay. Let's see if these are any good. Run pod, eh? But that'll be good. It's a weird looking. The anatomy is very weird on this one. Nice. This will be crazy. You know what, let's just go for... I can wait. Oh, I'm from California, Billis. Just hop on and say I enjoy your content. Oh, nice, thank you. Hopefully I can join next time. For sure, yeah. I might be on later tonight, actually. But typically I'm around early afternoon, Pacific Standard. 12 to 2, kind of somewhere around there. Trying to get on a more stable schedule with that, but for now it's just kind of loosely, you know, 12 to 2. Okay, let's go with this. These are gorgeous. Midjourney just upgraded their stuff to 6.1 earlier this week, or maybe last week, and as you can see, the results are really, really sick. Let's see. And this will be the last one, folks. I gotta head out after this. Any ambition to VJ? Yes, absolutely. That is something I would like to move into more heavily. I'm trying to learn Touch Designer more and more. I've already kind of gotten into some audio reactive components, but there's so much more to learn. Such a deep rabbit hole there. Og Baby, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's see how this turns out. And I think I'll treat you guys to a 60 frame version as well after this finishes. Because why not? Ooh. Yeah. Oh, dude, this is sick. That's so cool. I'm gonna upscale this afterwards, after our stream. Good stuff, dude. That's really, really cool. In just a moment here, we'll see the 60 frame version, and I think we'll wrap it there. Thanks, Bones Davis. I appreciate that, bud. Dude. Oh, this is so sick. Oh, yeah. Iridescence is the word, isn't it? This is sick. Absolutely sick. I can't wait to upscale this. Hey, Lola. How's it going? All right, well, I think I'm going to park it here. Should be back on later tonight, maybe. I've been doing more night streams on Instagram. But I will continue doing them during the day as well. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you, I guess. Can I upscale it now? I could, but I gotta go. I got an appointment. But I will probably upscale it today and put it up on Instagram sometime this week, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, this is a winner right here. This is definitely the best one of the stream, so a pretty good note to end on. For sure, J-Koi, yeah. Hope to catch you next time. Mermaid to Medusa, 100%. Alright, guys, take care. Love you all. Peace.